Catherine O'Hara has always carried a presence that felt larger than the role she played, as if she stepped onto the screen, already woven into our lives. Long before audiences could name her, they felt her. She was the kind of performer whose warmth arrived before the punchline, whose expressions told stories, even in silence. Whether she was portraying a frantic mother, an eccentric socialite, or a quiet supporting character, she never felt like someone acting for applause. She felt familiar, like someone you'd known for years. That familiarity is why her work resonates so deeply. She didn't chase stardom in the loud, obvious way. Instead, she built something sturdier: trust. Trust that every time she appeared, she would deliver honesty wrapped in humor. Over decades, that trust became a bond between her and the audience, one built not on spectacle, but on authenticity that quietly endured. Growing up, where humor meant survival, born into a large, energetic family in Toronto, Catherine learned early that humor was more than entertainment, it was connection. In a house filled with voices, laughter became a way to be heard and understood. That environment shaped her instincts, sharpening her timing and teaching her how comedy could soften tension and bring people together. It wasn't about being the loudest, it was about being observant, quick, and emotionally tuned in. Those skills followed her into adulthood, especially when she entered the rough and tumble world of improv. Comedy wasn't glamorous then. It was gritty, competitive, and demanding, especially for women. But Catherine didn't try to overpower the room. She listened, adapted, and struck with precision. That balance of sensitivity and confidence became her signature. She wasn't just funny, she was perceptive, and that perception allowed her to create characters that felt layered, human, and enduring, earning her place among comedy legends. When Catherine joined the legendary improv scene that would later redefine television comedy, she didn't arrive as a novelty. She arrived as an equal. Surrounded by towering personalities and big comedic energy, she carved out space through versatility rather than volume. She could disappear into a role so completely that audiences forgot they were watching the same performer from week to week. That rare ability earned her respect among peers and collaborators who recognized her discipline. She approached comedy like craft, not chaos. Every gesture mattered. Every pause had intention. While others chased big laughs, she focused on truth, trusting that honesty would carry the humor. That trust paid off. Over time, her reputation grew, not as someone chasing fame, but as someone elevating everything she touched. She became the performer others wanted beside them, knowing she would make the work better simply by being there, becoming a symbol of comfort and familiarity. For millions of viewers, Catherine O'Hara became something rare in entertainment, a source of comfort. Certain roles embedded her into cultural memory so deeply that her presence now feels seasonal, ritualistic, even emotional. Families grew up with her performances, returning to them year after year, finding reassurance in her familiar expressions and heartfelt delivery. She didn't just play characters, she became part of shared traditions. That kind of connection doesn't come from spectacle. It comes from trust built over time. She portrayed love, frustration, panic, and devotion in ways that felt genuine rather than exaggerated. Audiences didn't laugh at her characters, they laughed with them. That distinction matters. It's why her work endures long after trends fade. She didn't rely on relevance, she created it through emotional honesty, leaving behind performances that continue to feel alive, no matter how many times they're revisited. The precision behind the laughter. Behind Catherine's effortless humor was an intense commitment to detail. Those who worked alongside her often noted her focus, preparation, and quiet nerves before performances. Comedy for her wasn't casual, it was exacting. Every word, every look, every pause was carefully considered. She believed that humor deserved the same respect as drama, perhaps even more, because it required such delicate balance. That pursuit of excellence sometimes came with self-doubt, a constant questioning of whether she had done enough. Yet that same self-awareness pushed her to deliver performances that felt polished without feeling forced. She never relied on ego. Instead, she relied on work ethic. Even when success arrived, she treated each role as something to earn rather than something guaranteed. That humility, paired with precision, is what made her performances resonate so deeply and consistently over time. Reinvention without losing herself. Many performers fade quietly with time, but Catherine O'Hara experienced something rarer: reinvention without erasure. Later in her career, she introduced audiences to characters that felt wildly different, yet unmistakably hers. She proved that growth doesn't require abandoning identity. Instead, it demands deeper understanding of it. Her later roles showcased confidence, playfulness, and creative fearlessness, all sharpened by decades of experience. Recognition followed, but she never treated acclaim as validation. To her, the work itself remained the reward. She embraced change without chasing trends, allowing her artistry to evolve naturally. That evolution reminded audiences that talent doesn't diminish with age, it deepens. Her later success wasn't a comeback, it was a continuation, a reminder that consistency, patience, and authenticity can carry an artist further than any carefully manufactured moment ever could. Privacy as an act of strength. In an industry built on exposure, Catherine O'Hara chose boundaries. She kept her private life guarded, not out of distance, but out of self-respect. She understood that not every part of a person's story needs an audience. That choice allowed her to stay grounded, while others around her were pulled apart by visibility. She didn't confuse mystery with secrecy. She simply valued normalcy. Family, relationships, and personal struggles remained hers, protected from speculation. This restraint wasn't accidental. It was intentional. She had seen what relentless attention could do to people she loved, so she chose balance. That decision gave her longevity, allowing her to continue creating without being consumed by the noise surrounding it. In many ways, her privacy became part of her legacy, reminding us that strength isn't always loud and dignity doesn't require explanation. The quiet weight of longevity. A long career carries invisible weight. With every year, Catherine witnessed friends, collaborators, and creative partners move on, leaving behind memories and absences that shaped her journey. Those losses weren't public spectacles, but they mattered deeply. Grief, when carried quietly, has a way of settling into the corners of life, yet she never allowed it to harden her. Instead, it seemed to soften her work, adding depth to performances that balanced humor with vulnerability. She continued showing up, delivering excellence, even when exhaustion lingered beneath the surface. That persistence wasn't about proving anything. It was about honoring the craft she loved. She understood that creating joy didn't require denying pain. It required transforming it. That ability to hold both at once is what gave her work such emotional resonance and lasting power. What her legacy truly leaves behind. Catherine O'Hara's legacy isn't measured only in awards, iconic roles, or unforgettable lines. It lives in the way audiences feel when they see her on screen. A sense of warmth, safety, and recognition. She reminded us that comedy can be gentle without being weak, bold without being cruel, and enduring without being loud. Her career teaches a quiet lesson, that humanity, when honored, outlasts spectacle. She showed us that it's possible to succeed without surrendering oneself to chaos, to remain kind without being naive, and to give generously without losing boundaries. Long after the credits roll, what remains is gratitude for the laughter, the care, and the consistency she offered across generations. Catherine O'Hara didn't just entertain us, she accompanied us, and that companionship is the rarest gift an artist can leave behind.